downtown looks very nice, by the way.
Yeah, it does.
I'll let them know.
Always love our downtown.
And they did it nice. They did it early. It was nice.
Oh, yeah, and it's getting very busy. Have you noticed how much? Yeah, I think it's going very well.
Look where I'm going. There. Let's watch it.
You said Baca County?
Holy crap.
Is that the weather?
That's the, this is the snow accumulation.
I'm gonna start packing tonight.
Call to order, City of Trinidad Planning and Zoning Variance Commission regular meeting agenda, December 12th, 2023. City Council Chambers, City of Trinidad, Colorado, 5:30 p.m. Pledge allegiance, please stand. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before I call a roll call, I'd like you to introduce yourself.
I'm Nick Mason. I just got hired as a city planner for Trinidad. Right now I'm part-time, so I'm only doing 2 days a week here and 3 days a week at my past job, which is the New Elk Coal Mine. Starting January 1st, I'll be moving full-time for the city as a city planner. So look forward to working with everyone, and yeah, I'm excited to be here, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Okay, roll call.
Moderano, Armijo, Spain,
Yes, ma'am.
Coker,
Here.
Rolo,
Here.
Norris,
Here.
Leone.
Here. Public comments? Any? None? Approval of minutes from November 14, 2023 regular meeting.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Have a motion to approve the minutes, have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Spain,
Yes, ma'am.
Coker,
Yes.
Rolo,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Leone.
Yes. Old business? None? Public hearing. A. Carol Elaine Glacier, 823 2nd Street, 2023, a limited impact request for a limited impact review for a zero side yard lot line setback variance for the purpose of installing a carport at 823 East 2nd Street. Staff.
Can I go up there?
No, you're gonna
Right here. Miss Giselle requested.
Diesel. As in diesel.
Excuse me, Miss Giesel requested a variance for her carport located at her house, or her recently purchased house at 823 East 2nd Street, Trinidad, Colorado. Her carport is a 20 by 20 carport. She needs a zero side yard variance for it to fit appropriately in her yard. The 823 East 2nd Street is located in the low density residential zone, which typically has a 5-foot setback. The 20 by 20 carport just doesn't fit in that setback, along with the rest of her deck and everything else in her yard. She's looking for a variance of section 1442 for the carport to be installed on the zero side yard lot line setback. The carport's going to be connected to East Street using paved driveway and a curb cut. The construction of the driveway would require about 20 feet of the curb on the west side of East Street to be cut, and the driveway will have to pave over some city property. The carport should have some pretty limited visibility issues because it is going to be open on 3 sides. There's some unique issues at the property at 9023 East 2nd Street, or the property just does not allow any other places for the carport to be placed. The current driveway is too steep and is not near wide enough. The east end of the deck is also the best place to put a short ramp or carport to the from the deck to underneath the carport, if that becomes necessary. The proposed location is the best level area on the property. It also gives it the best access to a GFCI outlet for Ms. Giesel's electric car. There shouldn't be too many. There should be no risk to the public, as it's the visibility for the carport should be really good. It's set off the street, and like I said, it's open, so there should be no obstructive view really. And yeah, the closeness to the deck gives it the most the safest option for the carport. With all this being said, the staff recommends that we approve it, and I think that's all I got.
Okay. Okay, open the hearing. Okay, Mr. Giesel, is that how I say it? Is that how
I'm here.
Okay, you can bring forward whatever you want to bring forward. Go ahead, you got the floor.
I think everything was summarized in the document that I included in the packet. I'm going to be 76 years old tomorrow, and I need some convenience for getting into the house from the carport. I also have a plug-in hybrid. I'm going to have to run a conduit to plug in my vehicle. So that location is certainly the best, and we went and measured very carefully, not to the fence line, but to the property line. And a 20 by 20 carport should fit within the property line without extending into city property at all.
So,
Questions?
Questions?
Did you contact your neighbor that's on the carport side of the property?
I have not met them. I just bought the house mid-October. I've only been out there twice, and I have not had a chance to meet her. I've met the neighbor on the north side, and I've met the neighbor on the west side, but not across the street, no.
I'd like to answer some of that question too.
Okay, go ahead.
I went by there, she's got a sign, it's 18 inches wide,
I saw the sign.
and it's 3 foot, and it's very legible.
Right.
So I imagine if somebody had something, they would be able to read that sign.
Okay. Well, I was asking if, the neighbor that's going to be most
Right.
directly affected, I was asking if their input had been collected.
We did not.
I have not reached out to them, no.
Okay.
And as staff, we didn't receive any public comment. It is a corner lot, so there's not. So it's
Right.
So there's the neighbor would be
It's
across the
a
street.
neighbor on East Street.
Yeah,
On
across the street.
Yeah.
Or across the alley.
Across the alley, I guess. Yeah. Is there an alley?
Is there an alley?
I don't think there's an alley. It's a fence and then the fence and then the neighbor.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the neighbor's got
Right.
their RV
Right.
park there, which, okay.
Commissioner. Danelle, you have anything?
No, sir.
Mr. Coker?
No, I think I paid a lot of attention to the drawing that she provided and then the pictures that were provided. I did not visit the site, but based off of the pictures and the drawing, it took me a little while, but everything seems to fit. And if I'm correct upon my readings throughout the packet that was supplied, it would appear that, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I misread it, but it does seem like maybe Ms. Giesel was a part of the program for the sidewalks with the city, and something was or is going to be done either, and I believe the ADA part is more up on the corner. Would that be a true statement, Ms. Giesel?
I think so. I've talked to Nate Eden, and he and Gary Terry came out and actually did a survey for the sidewalk replacement. I've had difficulty getting 3 bids. I'll start again after the holidays and see if I can't get the 3 bids required. But I'd like to, yes, tie in the sidewalk project with the driveway and make sure it's all consistent.
Now, is it a true statement? Because I think, even though I didn't, look at the property, but it would appear that possibly there already is something cut from street side that would be in the approximate location of the proposed 20 by 20 carport. Is there already something cut there?
No.
There is not a curb cut.
Okay.
However, the sidewalk that runs north along the west side of East Street, is that confusing enough? Terminates right where I'm going to put the driveway. There is no sidewalk that extends further north along city property on East Street. So we will repair where the sidewalk goes out to the street will actually be a curb cut and a driveway, if this is granted.
Understood.
So,
Okay.
go.
But it does appear that you're working with the city for some improvements, ADA,
Absolutely.
so on and so forth.
Absolutely. And it could benefit the residents at the old East Street School. I mean, there's no access to sidewalks in the middle of the block. They'd have to go to the corner to access sidewalk. And that driveway would actually provide some access to sidewalk.
No,
Do you-
that is great. I appreciate your comment. I think really through all my readings and my findings, I don't have any more questions at this time.
I want to ask you, do you own the property all the way to First Street?
No. There is a lot behind me. I know the woman's name is Leilani. I met her kids, and they actually own property north of that, some vacant property. I own about half the block,
So you don't go.
and it is fenced.
You don't go all the way down to First Street.
Nope.
Okay.
I
So
do
that
not.
that dividing fence is your property up there on top where you want.
Yes.
No, okay. Okay, gotcha.
There was an easement that was granted to the neighbor to the north, but before I bought the property, I asked them to resolve that. I didn't want to take responsibility for 10 feet that I would pay taxes on and they were using, so that got resolved before I bought the property.
Okay. Chris.
How you doing this evening, ma'am? I just have a few questions. It looks like this carport will go out to 20 foot. It'll be right about the edge of where your fence line is now. Is that correct?
Exactly. The slab itself will only be 19 feet.
Okay.
And the roof extends 6 inches on each end according to the manufacturer. So it'll be a 19 by 20 foot slab. That'll make the slab terminate 1 foot short of the property line.
Okay.
But we don't want, the roof line too
Right.
should be within the property line.
Okay. That's good, and it will not impede the sidewalk or any pedestrians travel along that, correct? Once it's constructed.
The sidewalk does not extend north. That doesn't mean that people don't walk along the city property
Right.
between the fence line and the street. There are a lot of dog walkers that come through there. I think with the setback though of 12 feet from the street that's already city property, that there really is very little danger of running anyone over when I pull out of the garage. I intend to back in anyway because I need to plug in the Prius. So
Yes, ma'am.
you'll be able to see.
One last question for you. Once this is built, you understand that this can never have sides put on it, right? You can never obstruct the view.
Right.
That's if this was going to have sides on it, that would definitely be a canceling factor.
Right.
So you have to understand that.
I have no intention of putting on sides. It's basically for hail protection and
Yes,
to keep snow and ice off the vehicles in the winter.
Yes, ma'am.
That
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you for all your answers.
That was a question that I was going to get back. Sometimes we have people come and put a carport up, and within a year, it's all closed in and into a garage.
No,
And we're
I have
giving
no
you-
intention.
whatever happens here tonight, it's for a carport. We want that understood.
Right, exactly.
Understood.
Okay. If you don't have anything else, staff report. You have anything else, staff?
So I would add then, just on your, on your recommendation that you have there, they are going to be required. There's one condition right there that the applicant obtain a building permit and an excavation permit. I would also add a second condition of approval then, if you're worried about the sides, that sides can never be put on to the carport.
Okay.
So I would do, so I'd add a second recommended condition if you so please, and then that way it's written into the final approval.
And and the ADA is written into the approval too, right?
Yeah, well, the ADA I wouldn't worry about that because the
Okay.
excavation permit is being required in this case because of the right-of-way repairs and the curb cut. So the Public Works Department wouldn't allow anything that doesn't meet the ADA.
Okay.
But I would add, based on the comments, so I would make a recommendation to add second finding, which is that the carport not be allowed to be enclosed at any future date.
Excellent.
I would certainly agree to that stipulation.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't see anything, but I'll have to ask it. Is there anybody here in the audience for or against this particular application? Not seeing anybody. I'll close the hearing. Okay, commissioners, what's your travel? Need a motion to, how will you make your motion? Make it with staff recommendations and also include that this particular carport will never be allowed to be enclosed. So whoever wants to come up with the, Mr. Coker, if you want to come up with it, Mr. Spain? Sam?
I'll make a motion to approve with staff recommendations, ensuring that we have the excavation permit, that we have the building permit, and that we make the motion as well that the carport can never be enclosed.
Does that satisfy or Mr. Yarman?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, we have a motion.
I'll second it.
Made by Mr. Coker, second by Mr. Spain. Roll call.
Spain,
Yes, ma'am.
Coker,
Yes.
Rolo,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Leone.
Yes. Close the hearing. Thank you for all the information you gave us for us today. And thank you for attending.
Good luck on your build.
Yeah. Okay.
You're still muted.
Thank you very much for your help, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very
Yeah,
much.
thank
Ms.
you.
Giesel.
Staff, you have anything else you want to bring up as far as go to reports?
No, on this, I'm ready for reports though.
Go ahead.
So on the 19th, or is the council meeting on the 18th or
It would be on the 19th.
the 19th?
The Tuesday.
This coming Tuesday, we have a concept review.
This coming Tuesday?
For a rezone. You can actually do it on Zoom. We do need to know if anyone plans to come to the meeting. So if you remember under major impact review, the concept review is a joint meeting with the council and the planning commission to get non-binding comments on an application. And so we will set up the room for any commissioners who will set up a table right here for any commissioners that are going to attend personally, but we would actually encourage you to attend via Zoom. One of the primary reasons so the council or the staff can elect to bring in the planning commission for this, but one of the reasons that I am recommending that the planning commission be brought into the joint review is it's an out-of-town applicant. Not that him being out of town matters, but the fact is that he's going to be in town and may have to attend because of winter weather in the future meetings via Zoom. So that way the planning commission has a chance to meet him in person and their team versus if they have to, because of winter weather, not be able to make it to a meeting. And so I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to meet in person and see the developer. I'm not going to get into specifics on the project, But it's at 6 p.m. It'll be the first thing on the agenda.
6 p.m. here?
Yep. And then after that application is done, you can get up and leave, or you can attend the meeting if you want. But we probably are going to ask you to move back from the dais table at that point if you're here in person. That way the media can take back their spot. So
Are you going to send us? I'm sorry. Are you going to send us the link? Will we get something in our
Yes.
in our email?
Yeah, you'll get a link for the Zoom and the agenda. We'll make sure.
I can send it.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll attend remotely if you give more hints on the developer.
No, I can't. It is an application for a rezone from medium density to high density for a affordable housing project, and they have an application deadline of February 1st for some major funding, and so that's primarily the reason as well. That, and they did submit their application.
Did you say portable housing?
Affordable housing, yes. So you'll learn more about it. And
He's peaked.
Yeah.
I tried. Come on.
I want to keep it between the guardrails.
I'm kind of torn here because you said that you need to meet the builder, and I kind
We-
of do that in person, but then we want to be on Zoom as
Well,
well.
I'm
coming.
You can if you want to come in person,
I'll
you
be
can.
here.
We just need
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
know
be here too.
how many tables we need to set up and how to set up the room. Because then after that, because it's going to be awkward in this small
Yeah.
room, we'll have to move tables around. So that's why we're just asking. And so if you want to attend via Zoom, that's fine. And I know it's short notice, but just let us know ahead of time, and we'll set your chairs up and your name tags.
I'd like to meet the person in person that's going to be making all these changes. It's going to be amazing. Good stuff ahead, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So,
Go ahead.
Commissioner Coker, are you
Mr. Coker?
Are you guys going to come via Zoom or in person?
What day was it?
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday, sorry.
So this next Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay, 6 p.m. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So long as I can get rid of this chest congestion, then I would rather be there in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got the credit too. That's not good.
So at this stage in the game, I would say count me in to be there in person, not on Zoom.
Okay.
Danelle?
Person as well.
Okay. Great.
I'll be there in person.
Okay. So we'll probably all be here in person.
All right. So we'll set up. There'll be 6 spots. We'll have to set up, and then we'll just have to.
I want to make sure that the commission gets the information because Mr. Moderano did not get any information.
I sent him the packet earlier today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't get it. He called Audra, and I sent it to him.
Okay. All right.
And just remember, concept review is really meant to just be an introduction to the project. It is exactly that. It's that in the new code, it's the opportunity for a developer to receive non-binding comments up front so that they don't spend a lot of money on a project that might not happen. So that's the whole point of it, and so the information will be pretty limited as far as that's concerned. But will be a short 1-page staff report and a site plan will come along with it.
Most excellent.
So but then you'll actually have a public, remember because it's major impact, you guys will have your full meeting in January on that application, and that's really the time for you guys to dive into it.
So we have on this, whatever it is, 6 o'clock, there's no questions to be asked?
You can ask questions.
Okay.
Again, the comments
Non-binding.
the comments are again meant to be non-binding, so it's it's to provide an applicant enough direction to know whether they want to proceed with the major investment that a major impact review requires. So I would be surprised on this application that there's major issues, but again, because of the size of development and what we're talking about, it's worth bringing you guys in. The staff or the council can, if it's a right-of-way dedication or something like that where we don't think there's going to be significant comment, then the council can do the concept without the planning commission. But also, this being the first major impact, it's also, and I'm here, it's also a good chance for us to go through the process, see how it works with the staff, and me being here while I still own the code, I can get the
You probably won't.
the lashings if it doesn't work.
Probably won't be done being snowed in by then anyways.
Oh, I better be. I lived in Crestview. I'm pretty good about getting out of the snow.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Hey, Mike.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question, because there's always a couple words that always kind of mess with me. And your statement was that they're coming in front of the council for now you called it affordable housing, correct? Was that your statement?
Correct.
Okay, so this always kind of gets me, so I just want to ensure, because I don't want to ask the wrong questions. But this is housing that will be for sale to the general public, correct?
I'm not going to tell you if it's for sale or rentals,
It's a surprise.
but it could be either one of those. The applicant's not in the room. I don't want to talk too much about the project, but they will be able to provide details on how it's affordable, etc.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, you guys are gonna have a hard time with me because I'm a seasoned pro at this, not crossing the line.
Well, that's fine. That's fine, it's just,
Bet you they're bringing one of those great wolf lodges to town.
Pack the room for me, thanks.
and now, you have anything you want? No?
Again, there'll be the public hearing in front of you once the application takes the next step in January. So.
Intrigued.
Have anything else?
Nope. Oh, the other one is the update. You did ask for a training, so for the rest of the commission, a benefit. We are probably looking at February. I talked to the city manager. We're asking Dola to come. We'll do that training. We'll probably do it as a work session before the meeting. So
Will Kara be coming?
it's not typically. It's out of the planning community development department. So it's been the last person who did in one of the trainings I was at was Casey McFarland out of Dola's office, but we're trying to see if we can get on the calendar for it. So we heard your request for that, and we're going to make that happen. It's just a matter of getting that scheduled.
Did everybody hear that, Sam?
Yes,
Yes.
thank you very much for doing that.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate it.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Aaron?
Nope, just really excited to have him here.
Chairman report, I have nothing to report. I just want to say that the city of Trinidad's decorations looks really, really good. And they had a heck of a parade. Thought the parade was good. A lot of people that came down there, even though that night was down in the lower 20s. I'd like to say that that's a feather in the city's hat, and the people that brought that forward should be complimented.
I'll second that thought. I'm very proud of the city. I think it's beautiful.
There's been tremendous work going on at the boulevard in terms of in the boulevard loop condition in terms of cleaning up, and it's looking really good. So that's another kudo to the city. But anyway,
Planning director. Report. Nothing to report.
No, happy to be here. Excited to learn, and I'm a Trinidad native, so I'm really
Did
excited.
you have it? What did you have somewhat of a degree in this, or?
I do not. My degree is in mining engineering from Colorado School of Mines. So, but like I said, I'm local. I've been in Trinidad for 30 years, my entire life. So, I'm excited to. I love where the city's going, and I want to help it as much as I can.
Well, I would add that there's a lot of crossover on what he's been doing and planning. So I think I'm impressed with his resume and where he's at. So don't sell yourself short.
I do have one question. So, because I was kind of broken up, it was hard for me to hear. Did you state that you're kind of part-time until after the new year?
That's correct. I'm right now on part-time, so I'm only 2 days at the city, and I'm 3 days at the coal mine. I just had a lot to wrap up there.
No, understood.
Yeah.
But then after the new year, then
I'll
you're
be
going to
moving.
be full-time at the city, and you'll be down there, and we'll be able to have, come down and communicate with you?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah, me too.
Any other questions from commissioners?
I got nothing.
Janelle?
No, sir.
Mr. Spade?
Happy holidays, everyone.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
See,
Motion
that
to
sounds
adjourn.
like a motion to me.
Okay. Sam, you want to second that motion? Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay. Roll call.
Oh my goodness. Spain,
Yes, ma'am.
Coker,
Yes, ma'am.
Rolo,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Leone.
Yes.